Hello guys and welcome back to Contour and Conspiracies. My name is Audrey, and if you want to see how this look was created, please stay tuned. And if you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time a video is uploaded. Alrighty guys, so to start today's look, we are going to begin with our foundation. If you haven't already, go in and do your moisturizer and serum. Just go ahead and prep your skin for today's makeup. As usual, I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation in Fair Beige. Need to get some more. And we actually have a new little beauty blender today. It's nice and purple, I love it. We're gonna go ahead and get a decent amount of the foundation on our face. So let's go ahead and get a mirror. I don't know where my other one went, so we're using a teeny tiny one today. But it works, don't worry. Okay, try and get an even amount of the product on either side of your face. Alrighty, now we are going to go in with that dampened beauty blender. We're going to make sure we get this all blended, an even application over our whole face. And then I like to use the flat side for the bigger part of my face and this little pointed side for my eyes and any smaller, finer line areas. My puppy's hair is everywhere. Okay, and the reason we do use a dampened beauty blender is because whenever the beauty blender is dampened, it helps to spread the product around a little bit more without it getting too caked up. So it helps it to blend by having a little bit of moisture on the tool that you're using to actually blend the product in. Okay, we have that foundation all blended in with this wonderful little cloud here. Now we're gonna go in and do the contour. I have a couple new products that I wanna play with today, so we're not gonna be using too many of the similar products we've been using lately. Our first up is going to be the In the Balm of Your Hand Volume 2 palette from the Balm Cosmetics. It's got so many beautiful colors. It's got the Bahama Mama, the Down Boy, and Frat Boy blushes, as well as the In-Stain blush and a couple of the matte eyeshadows. So I'm super excited to use that. And we're actually going to be using this Bahama Mama as our contour shade. I know it's usually a bronzer because it's like more orangey and stuff, but I find it looks pretty good as a contour shade on me personally, so that's what I'm going to be using today. And as usual, we're going to take our angled blush brush and just dip into that shade there. Patting, not blowing. That's smart. Alrighty, we're going to hit this cheekbone area just to add more definition and structure to that cheekbone. I have some more full cheeks, so I do like to go in a little bit harder on my contour. And we're going to go from the ear towards the mouth, brushing, that way you don't get a darker buildup of the product right here closer to the mouth. And the amount of the product stays closer to the back of your face, making it more angled instead of just one dark stripe. Don't worry if you do happen to drag the contour shade a little bit lower than your cheek line. You can always clean it up with just a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna go in under our mouth. We're going to hit the forehead, and then today I am going to be using a smaller brush to get my nose, just to make sure that we have a really defined contour on the nose, getting it all snatched. And last but not least, with this bigger brush, we are going to go ahead and hit under our jaw here. And now we're going to go in with a smaller fluffy brush. Okay, and now we're going to take this fluffy brush and hit the underside of our nose. This just gives an uplifting effect to the bottom, adding those shadows in strategic places to sculpt your face. Once you've got the area defined, you want to go in circular motions to make sure and blend it out evenly. Make sure you're not picking up too much product. This is something that you build. You don't want to have just a whole blob of shadow on there and then not be able to blend it out. Alrighty, as you can see, we got it nice, defined, we got our cheekbones, we're good to go. Next up, we're going to go into our blush. Again, we are going to be using this palette here, and we're going to be doing we're going to go into the Frat Boy blush here. It's just kind of like a deeper pink, and I'm feeling it right now. We're going to take this nice little blush brush. It's just a fluffy little brush. Pick up a decent amount of the product and apply that from the apples of our cheeks up towards the cheekbone, blending out as we go. Again, this is just going to add more of a angled feature to your face, further defining all of the structures that you work to create with that contour. And I'm kind of in a thing right now where you add it to the top of your nose. I think it's adorable. Do it however you like doing it. That's the beauty of makeup. You can do what you want with it. Okay, now that we are all rosy and sculpted, we're going to move on to the setting powder. The one I'm using today is the Pretty Vulgar Powder Room Matte About It Translucent Setting Powder. It's this really nice kind of opaque powder. I also find that if you did happen to go a little heavy on your makeup, it helps to lighten up the shades and further blend it all together, just so you're not having any really just bright orange, bright pink, probably how I look right now. So we're going to take a fluffy brush. I'm not going anywhere with this look today, so I'm not going to worry about really setting the under eye and around the nose, but if you like to do that, I recommend using that same dampened beauty blender, dipping it in on the pointed side and just lightly dabbing under your eyes, around your nose, and in some people's cases like mine, around your mouth if you smile a lot. It helps to just really pack in the powder, ensuring that those places stay uncreased as long as possible. We're going light today. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I've got a little bit of the product in this lid here, and we're just going to nice and lightly I do like to do the setting powder before my highlight. I find it just helps to ensure that my highlight is as bright as possible. Usually whenever you add a setting powder overwards, it kind of masks the glitter and shimmer that's in the actual highlighter. So just to ensure that the product is getting its full spotlight, this is how I do it. Okay, now that we have that setting powder all over our face, we are done with this big beautiful brush. We are going to move on to our brows. Today I am using a newer product. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it a couple times. I've kind of featured it and shown you just how amazing it is. It is a drugstore product, my favorite kind because discounts. This is the Maybelline Brow Studio Tattoo Brow pomade in deep brown. It's number 380 and it comes with this awesome little kind of angled brush and spoolie duo, so it is perfect for on the go and it is an all day last. So I never have to worry about, you know, putting my head down on my arm and having a set of eyebrows on my arm. There's no real transfer or anything, even if you're hot, and it gets hot here in Texas. So let me tell you. Alrighty, so we're gonna go in and brush out our brows with our spoolie. How do you guys do your brows? Let me know if anybody's ever done threading. I'm interested in that, but I'm so scared that like whoever's doing them is just gonna like sneeze, whip out my eyebrows, so it would suck. Now we're gonna take the product. That's kind of what it looks like. Sorry, it's messy. I've been using it. I'm gonna take the little brush and just kind of dip in there. Get a decent amount on the product, and I'm gonna take this little brush. I hold it horizontal and to my eyebrow, and I just like to start kind of somewhere in the middle, and go from there. This product spreads so easily that it's not an issue. If you put too much in one spot, you can just keep brushing and it will move, but like not all of it. It's wonderful, you'll see. Okay, so we're gonna take this and just kind of create that bottom line foundation for your brow. So sharp already. I am in love with it. I'm obsessed. There's so many different shades too. Okay, other eye. A little messier, but it's fine. We'll clean it. Get some more and go into the top. Now whenever I do the top, I do go ahead and just use the rest of the product that's on the brush to fill in the middle, because whenever I'm blending, I'm going to be blending the bottom up quite a bit and a lot of the product is already going to be there. Excuse me. Alrighty, so we're going to go in here. Okay, we have them all drawn on. As you can see, it is a very highly pigmented product. It does spread really easy. It's really creamy. I love it. Close up our little pot, and it's pretty cool. It's like a little pot. It's like a little ink. It's fun. I've always wanted one of those pens. I would make a mess though. Like immediately, I'd spill it, just break everything. It'd be great. We're going to take our spoolie in the same method as we've been doing with the pencils and everything. Start up at the front and then kind of angle your brush as you go. I find it's just easiest to avoid any of the weird little lines that come from a segmented brush like that. So brush. And it also helps to lift the product up so you're getting a nice little gradient going on. Okay, now that we have that all blended in, we're going to take our Q-tip and we're just going to clean up the edges. Alrighty, we're gonna go in and do the primer for the prep for our eyeshadow. We're using the Pick Perf Auto Balm palette once more because it has the best primer. We're going to be using the it'll be great. The neutral primer from this palette, right there. It's perfect and wonderful. We are just going to be using our little concealer brush here. A nice decent amount of that product. And just lay it on the eye. You may have to blend this in a little bit with the Beauty Blender. In my experience, I have to. My brushes are fairly cheap though. So some other brushes might blend it just a little bit better. Make sure I was not on my Bluetooth headphones because that would suck to film the whole thing and realize disconnected to my headphones for audio. Okay, so back to priming our eyes. Just get that nice and apply it all over the lid and brow bone area, everywhere that you're going to be applying that shadow. This just helps it really stick and not crease. This likes to have a great look and then frickin' creases. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that in with my Beauty Blender. Make sure it's a really nice even foundation for that shadow. Okay, we're gonna go in with the star of today's show, the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I'm so excited for this. I just got this weekend. We're gonna start with this almond truffle color up here. We're gonna go in with a fluffy brush and just get that all applied as our transition color in the crease of our eye, blending up towards the brow bone. Just ensuring that we have a nice little highway of color for the rest of our shadows. And remember, if you hold the brush as close to the end as possible, it gives you a nice light brushing, so you're not just slamming that shade in there. Okay, we are going to follow that up with this beautiful mocha color here. And that one we're just going to be adding to the outer corner of our eye. We're not going to be blending that inward at all. It's just going to be a nice dark color. Add some definition and smokiness to the outside. Okay, we have that mocha color on the outside. We're gonna go back in with this this is so hard. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Bordeaux color here. Kind of a really nice dark brown color. We're gonna add that to the very most outer corner with this fluffy brush here. And then we are creating a little sharp look today, so we're gonna go ahead and apply our sticky note. Sticky note wings. Go in and do that to the other eye as well. Going back in with that Bordeaux shade and our flat brush here, we're just gonna do the same wing technique that we did on the other eye, if our sticky note will stay. As you can see, it added a nice little defined wing on the outside of the shadow. We can go ahead and clean that up later with a little bit of the concealer. Right now we're going to go back in with this fluffy brush and add some more of the almond truffle and a little bit of the mocha to the crease, to the center crease of the eye. We're going to go back in with another flat brush with the Cashew Chew shade here and just put that on the lid, making sure that we don't get too much on that smoky wing so it doesn't disappear. We have that Cashew Chew shade on the lid there. It's so pretty. Love this palette. Alrighty, and finishing up with these satin sheets on the brow bone and inner corner here. We're not going to do a shade under the eye today. I wanted to keep it really open and light. See it with the satin sheets applied to the brow bone. It's just a really nice kind of silvery color. We have our eyeshadow all done, tied up with that Satin Sheets shade on the inner corner and our brow bone for a little bit of shimmer. We're going to go in and apply our mascara now, since we already added a wing with that Bordeaux shade. Today we're going to be using a different mascara, the Butter London Power Up Mascara in Power Black. It's got a really interesting brush. It's made to contour to your eye shape to get the most amount of lashes possible coated in the product. I find it works really well, and it's just a nice little change up from my superhero mascara. We are going to be wearing lashes today, so make sure you get all of your lashes nice and coated. You can see with the mascara and without, it is such a huge difference. Even just adding mascara to your look can drastically change your appearance. Alright, I'm going to go in and clean up this little side right here. Okay, our eyeshadow is all done and our mascara is applied. We're going to go in and apply our highlight and setting spray, and then we'll be back to do our lashes. Today's highlight, we're going to be using the Suva Beauty Highlighter in Coriander. Here is what it looks like. Open. It's this really nice kind of peachy shade. It's so pretty. Dust off this fluffy brush here and grab a mirror. Okay, we're going to take a little bit on the end of the brush and swipe it across our nose in a horizontal fashion. This helps to keep the product in one controlled area, so like I like to lift the front of my nose. I find this kind of helps give it that effect. Down the center. When you highlight the center of your nose, it draws more of a heightened look to the center, making it look skinnier. Your Cupid's bow. When I'm not wearing a shimmery shade on my brow bone, I'll get that area too, but today, since I have the Satin Sheets on my brow bone, I don't need to apply it there. We are going to go into the cheekbones and apply it to the highest point of your cheekbones, going up into your temple. This again just adds more of a heightened look to the cheekbone area, further defining the contour that you applied earlier. We have our highlight all applied. Time to set that in with some setting spray. We're going to be using my favorite setting spray that I've had so far, the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set Setting Spray. Nice, decent coverage. And then go ahead and blot that in with the Beauty Blender. Alrighty, now we have finished up with the actual face part. We can go in and tie this look together with some lashes and lipstick. Since we're doing kind of a softer color today, I'm going to use a really soft lip gloss. We're going to use our NYX Butter Gloss and Angel Food Cake. This is what the color looks like. It's a really nice kind of purpley pink, and it goes really well with the colors that we've chosen to do today. Okay, if you want to stop here, this look is complete. I am going to put some lashes on just because I want to, but once you've added on this gloss, your look is all tied together. So let's go add these lashes and we'll be right back. Alrighty guys, and we have finished up that look with our lashes today in the Natalie Ann Cosmetics Sin Lashes. As you can see, they are just kind of like a shorter version of my Katarina lashes. They're still nice and wispy and light, but without being so long that I touch my eyebrows every time I open my eyes. While that is fantastic, it's not necessarily an everyday look, and these can be used as an everyday little accent to your normal look. If you liked what you saw today, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time a video drops, and follow me on my social medias, which are going to be listed down below in the description.